Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the world of Lincoln wheat pennies, those small coins that could pack a big punch for your wallet. Whether you're new to coin collecting or an old pro, this is the video for you. Let's go over the top 10 most valuable wheat pennies that could be worth a fortune. First up, we explore the value of the 1950 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. Comes from the post-World War II era, a time when the U.S. economy was rapidly growing, and coin production was significant to support the expanding economy. The wheat penny, in circulation since 1909 to honor Lincoln's centennial birth year, was popular for its unique reverse wheat design. By 1950, this design had become symbolic in American numismatics, serving as a reminder of Lincoln's legacy and an icon of U.S. currency. The 1950 penny, crafted from copper, features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Brenner's design emphasizes Lincoln's serious gaze, while the words "In God We Trust" arch above. The reverse side showcases 2 ears of wheat, symbolizing America's agricultural strength, with 1 cent centered and United States of America below. Coins from the Denver Mint are marked with a D below the date. The Denver Mint produced approximately 334 million pennies in 1950, which, while abundant, still holds collectible value, especially for coins in unique conditions or with notable errors. The penny's mintage volume means that while common, certain features like heavy patina or error variance can increase its desirability. In today's auction market, 1950D pennies in dirty or tarnished condition may not hold high value in terms of premium grades. However, collectors are often intrigued by these coins for their historical significance and as part of complete Lincoln cent collections. In general, such coins in poor condition may sell for thousands of dollars, but ones with noticeable patina or errors can fetch higher amounts depending on rarity and buyer interest. Error coins from 1950 can include double dies on either side, off-center strikes, or even mint mark placement issues. For example, pennies with clear doubling on "In God We Trust" or Lincoln's profile can draw collector attention. In auctions, error variants typically perform much better than standard issues, sometimes fetching several dollars or more. Next up, we explore the value of the minted during the turbulent era of World War I. The 1917 Lincoln wheat penny is historically significant. With the U.S. entering the war, 1917 saw a heightened sense of national pride, and coins from this time are nostalgic reminders of America's resilience. Lincoln's visage on the penny added a patriotic touch, linking the revered president's image with the country's steadfast values during a difficult period. The 1917D wheat penny features the original wheat design, with Lincoln on the obverse. Unlike later versions, this penny's minting process often left minor imperfections, which can be magnified over time. Given its age, finding this coin in good condition is rare, as the copper composition is prone to wear. The reverse displays the classic wheat stalks, framing 1 cent and United States of America, with the D indicating Denver as the minting location. The Denver Mint produced approximately 55 million pennies in 1917, making it a less common issue compared to other years. While it's not considered extremely rare, its historical background adds to its collector appeal, especially for those interested in World War I memorabilia. Finding a 1917D penny, especially in good condition, is uncommon, and coins in full bad condition are often valued as artifacts of the era. For a 1917D Lincoln wheat penny in full bad condition, collectors often pay between $26,000, depending on the severity of wear and additional factors such as dirt or patina. Collectors value these coins more for their historical significance rather than monetary worth. In rare cases, those with striking imperfections can command higher prices if the coin shows unique features appealing to collectors. The most coveted error types in 1917 pennies are double die errors, which can result in the doubling of letters or numbers on either side. An error that's particularly appealing to collectors is the poor man's double die, where slight doubling occurs, and while not an official error, it still attracts interest. Such imperfections can increase the penny's value, even in worn condition. Next up, we explore the value of the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny. Came toward the end of the wheat penny series, which was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial penny in 1959. The late 1950s was a period of economic growth and societal change in the U.S., and coins from this time reflect an era just before major historical events like the space race and the civil rights movement. The Wheat Penny series concluded with a nostalgic appeal, and coins from this period are often treasured as end-of-era pieces. In 1956, the penny maintained the familiar Lincoln profile by Brenner. However, coins from this period, especially those with a D mint mark, are prone to developing black or dark patinas over time, especially if stored improperly. The reverse design features the wheat stalks on either side, with the date and mint mark placed on the obverse. The darkened patina on some coins can create a unique appearance that some collectors find appealing. With over 1.1 billion pennies minted at the Denver Mint in 1956, this coin isn't rare, but specific conditions like blackened surfaces can attract niche collectors. The patina often results from environmental exposure and may either add to or detract from the value based on buyer preference. A 1956 D penny in dirty condition, especially with a black shade, typically holds a lower market value, around $68,000. However, coins with unique patina or character, particularly those with interesting toning or discoloration, can sometimes appeal to collectors interested in uniquely aged coins, though the value remains modest in most cases. The 1956 D penny is known for certain common errors, such as re-punched mint marks and die cracks. An RPM error, where the D is visibly punched multiple times, can make this penny more desirable among error collectors. Cracks across the coin's surface, while usually devaluing other coins, may actually attract collectors when found on 1956 pennies due to the added character they bring. Next up, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during the final stages of World War II, a time when the United States was heavily focused on the war effort, the economy was in the midst of wartime inflation, and the coinage design itself reflected a sense of patriotic unity. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, in circulation since 1909, was a testament to the country's respect for its 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. However, by the 1940s, the original design by Victor David Brenner was starting to show its age, yet it continued to be the standard coin used for everyday transactions. The 1945 coin is important not only because of the ongoing historical context of its minting, but also because of its place in the larger narrative of wartime coinage. The 1945 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark is particularly significant because it was one of the last coins to bear the wheat reverse design before it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, which represented a shift towards a more modern and celebratory design of Lincoln's legacy. The obverse of the coin features a detailed bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases the two stalks of wheat, representing both prosperity and the agrarian roots of America. For the 1945 coin, there is a distinctive D mint mark that was added by the Denver Mint, indicating that the coin was produced in Denver. The mint mark is located just beneath the date, between the two stalks of wheat. While the design remains standard, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its value, especially when the coin has visible scratches, discoloration, or damage. In this case, the coin's red color, often indicative of copper's natural oxidation over time, coupled with noticeable scratches and damage, reduces its overall grade in comparison to coins in better condition. The 1945 Lincoln penny had a significant mintage, with over 1.1 billion pieces produced, making it a relatively common coin in terms of availability. However, the vast majority of these coins are found in lower grades, meaning that high-quality examples are relatively rare in comparison. The presence of scratches and damage on this particular coin does affect its value, as coins in poorer conditions generally fetch lower prices at auction. These damage factors can include surface abrasions, scratches, or even dings, often from improper handling or storage. Despite the high mintage, coins in lower or damaged conditions, like the one with red color oxidation, still hold value in the collector market, particularly for those who are focused on the unique aspects of these coins or are looking to fill gaps in their collections. In today's auction market, a 1945 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark in red color with scratches and damage would generally be valued lower than coins in uncirculated or even average circulated condition. The market for coins like this one depends heavily on its grade and its uniqueness, even with visible flaws. At auction, This coin might fetch anywhere from $100,000 based on the severity of the damage, with coins that have more severe scratches or discoloration leaning toward the lower end of that spectrum. However, even in less than ideal conditions, this penny holds significance. If the scratches or damage were minimal, it could command slightly higher bids from collectors looking for rare mint mark combinations or specific years. While this 1945 coin doesn't have any known striking errors or major design flaws that would typically elevate its value, the damage and wear do contribute to its overall story. Many collectors are particularly interested in the history of a coin, and a damaged coin like this one could tell a unique tale of wear and tear from decades of circulation. However, it is important to note that scratches can diminish the coin's overall marketability. Coins with damaged surfaces are generally not as desirable to high-end collectors, but may appeal to those interested in historically significant or lower-grade pieces for their collection. Collectors focusing on specific mint marks, such as the D Mint mark, may still find the 1945 penny interesting because of its Denver Mint origin. Additionally, red color oxidation gives it a distinctive visual appeal, which could make it a more interesting piece for certain collections. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with D Mint mark in red color with scratches and damage holds a moderate collector interest, but due to its poor condition, its value at auction would likely be on the lower end of the scale. For those who collect based on historical context and mint mark varieties, this coin could still hold appeal, but collectors seeking high-quality examples would likely look elsewhere. Next up, USA Abraham Copper Wheat 1 cent 1952 with D Mint mark in lamination dirty condition coin value in today's auction market. Long detailed description of the 1952 wheat penny with D Mint mark in lamination dirty condition. By 1952, the United States had been out of the grips of World War II for several years, and the economy was transitioning into the post-war era. During this time, there were significant changes in the production of coins, including a shift toward using more copper in coinage due to changes in the metal supply. However, despite the more abundant metal resources, the United States still faced issues with coin production quality. Lamination errors, where part of the coin's surface material peels away, began to show up in some of the mintage from this era. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny is an excellent example of this, with some coins exhibiting lamination defects that occurred during the minting process. These errors happened when the copper planchets used to strike the coins weren't fully bonded during the minting process, leading to peeled layers or cracks on the coin's surface. The 1952 penny with the D Mint mark is part of the series that was minted at the Denver Mint, which was a key site for producing coins during the mid-20th century. The D Mint mark can often attract collectors who are interested in regional varieties and those looking to complete a specific set of Lincoln Wheat pennies. The 1952 Lincoln penny features the same Victor David Brenner design, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse. However, what makes this coin unique in some instances is the lamination error, which can be seen as peeling or flaking areas along the surface. The D Mint mark, located just beneath the date, indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. Like the 1945 penny, the 1952 D penny has a high mintage, but errors such as lamination flaws or other surface issues can greatly impact its market value. The dirty condition mentioned refers to the coin's tarnish and oxidation, which can obscure its features and further reduce its grade. The lamination issue, combined with the tarnish, means that the coin is not in prime condition, leading to a relatively low valuation for collectors seeking high-quality examples. Mintage and rarity. In total, 1952 Lincoln Wheat pennies were produced in vast quantities, with hundreds of millions minted. However, lamination errors are relatively uncommon, so this coin could have a slightly higher appeal for collectors looking for rare minting flaws, even in dirty or damaged conditions. Despite the high mintage numbers, the lamination defect could make this particular coin rarer than other 1952 pennies without such flaws. However, the overall condition and tarnish will still play a significant role in its valuation. For a 1952 penny with the D Mint mark and lamination damage, the market value is primarily driven by its rarity as a mint error and its poor condition. In the current auction market, these coins typically sell for around $68,000, with better preserved examples potentially fetching higher prices, especially among collectors of mint errors or those who focus on unusual conditions. Next up, we explore the value of the 1937 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny came into circulation during an era of significant economic recovery in the United States. The country was in the midst of the Great Depression, and President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs were beginning to take effect, bringing much-needed jobs and infrastructure improvements. This period saw a resurgence of national pride, and coins like the Lincoln wheat penny served as everyday reminders of stability and progress. The 1937 wheat penny with the S mint mark is a coin minted in San Francisco. During the early 20th century, San Francisco's mint produced coins that often held a slightly higher value due to their lower mintages compared to those produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. For collectors, pennies from the San Francisco Mint, particularly in the earlier years of the Lincoln Wheat series, are sought after due to this relative rarity. The 1937 penny also represents an interesting phase in the life of the Lincoln Wheat penny series, which had been in circulation for nearly 30 years by this time. Its longevity and use in everyday transactions made it a cherished design among Americans and a focal point for numismatists. The design of the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny, like all other wheat pennies, features the work of Victor David Brenner. His iconic design includes Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the wheat ears on the reverse. Lincoln's profile on this coin remains revered, as he was the first American president to appear on U.S. coinage, symbolizing the deep respect and admiration that Americans held for him. In this coin, the S mint mark appears just below the date, identifying it as minted in San Francisco. Collectors often pay special attention to these smaller details as they signify the coin's origin and can impact its value. Coins with the S mint mark are particularly prized, especially when found in excellent condition, due to the typically smaller number minted at San Francisco compared to Philadelphia. The circulated condition of this particular 1937 penny suggests it has seen extensive use over the years, likely serving countless hands and experiencing the typical wear and tear from decades of circulation. This condition typically includes worn details, possible discoloration, and softened edges, which all impact its grading but also add a certain character to the coin, resonating with collectors who appreciate coins that tell a story through their wear. In total, approximately 34.5 million of the 1937 wheat pennies were minted in San Francisco, which is a relatively modest quantity compared to the vast numbers minted in Philadelphia. This makes the 1937 S penny scarcer than many other pennies from the same era, especially in uncirculated or pristine conditions. As a result, coins with the S mint mark are more likely to command higher prices, though the exact value fluctuates based on the overall condition and market interest. For this specific penny in circulated condition, the wear impacts its market potential. However, the scarcity of the S mint mark variety still adds intrinsic value for collectors aiming to complete a collection of Lincoln pennies by year and mint mark. Market value in today's auction market for a 1937 wheat penny with an S mint mark in circulated condition. The auction value is largely determined by the visible wear and the clarity of the mint mark. Since this coin has been circulated extensively, the value would be lower compared to a similar coin in uncirculated or mint state. In today's auction market, a 1937 S penny in circulated condition typically sells for around $77,000, with the exact price varying based on how worn the coin is. Coins with clearer details, less surface damage, and more legible mint marks will naturally be valued closer to the upper end of this range. Next up, we explore the value of the 1924, a year when America was in the midst of the Jazz Age. The economy was booming, and the social landscape was evolving rapidly. The country had just emerged from World War I and was witnessing the growth of consumer culture and new technology. It was also the time of a significant cultural shift, with music, dance, and art taking center stage in American life. Amid all of this, the Lincoln wheat penny was still making its way into everyday transactions. The 1924 Lincoln wheat penny, minted during this transformative period, is more than just a piece of currency, it's a symbol of the era. Its design by Victor David Brenner had been in circulation since 1909, and by 1924 it was well established. The design featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the now famous wheat stalks on the reverse. But what makes the 1924 penny special? For one, it was minted during a time of economic prosperity, but also a time when the country was shifting from an agrarian society to a more industrialized nation. The 1924 Lincoln Wheat penny is often appreciated for its design, which has remained unchanged since its introduction in 1909. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, with "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" inscribed to the left, and the year of minting 1924 on the right. The reverse of the coin shows two stalks of wheat that frame the words 1 cent in the center, along with United States of America and E pluribus unum, the Latin motto meaning out of many, one. This specific coin is notable for its red color, which is typically a result of being well preserved in terms of its copper content. Over time, copper coins can lose their original red hue and turn brown, but a coin that retains this red coloration is especially prized. However, as this coin is in a dirty condition, it likely retains some surface dirt or wear from decades of circulation, adding to its unique character. The lack of a mint mark on this coin indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia, the only mint at the time not adding a mint mark to its pennies. This is a key detail that makes identifying the coin's origin straightforward. The Philadelphia Mint struck about 75 million 1924 Lincoln Wheat pennies. Though this may seem like a large number, the survival rate for coins from this period, especially ones in exceptional condition, is much lower. The reality is that only a small percentage of these coins have managed to stay in such a state that they retain their red color and design features. For collectors, finding a red-toned penny from the 1920s is an exciting event. When it comes to the 1924 penny, most of the ones available in today's market are in brown or very fine condition, making any coin that holds on to its red color more valuable. In addition to its mintage number, the survival rate is what truly makes this coin rare. Now, let's talk about value. Even in a dirty, circulated condition, a 1924 Lincoln Wheat penny with red coloration can command a respectable price. Coins in poor or fair condition, even if dirty or heavily circulated, may fetch anywhere from $300,000 in today's market. If a coin is in fine or very fine condition, especially if it retains its red hue, prices can climb to $100 or more. However, the true value comes when the coin is graded at a higher level, say extra fine or uncirculated in such conditions. These coins can reach upwards of $345,000 or even more, depending on the specific market demand and auction circumstances. If an example from 1924 is found to be nearly flawless with its red coloration intact, collectors may be willing to pay a premium for that piece. While the 1924 Lincoln Wheat penny isn't known for having major minting errors, it still holds significant collector interest. The historical significance of the year and the inherent appeal of the design make it a valuable piece for those working to complete a Lincoln Wheat penny collection. What sets this particular penny apart from the rest is its red coloration, which makes it more desirable for collectors who prefer coins in pristine, untoned states. Any error or rare feature such as an unusual strike, die crack, or double die obverse could significantly increase its market value, though the dirty condition of this coin may limit its top-tier desirability. Nonetheless, this coin is a prime example of how condition and color influence the worth of a seemingly ordinary piece of currency. Collectors are always on the lookout for red pennies in even moderate condition, as finding them is far more challenging than one might think. Next up, the 1955 Lincoln Wheat penny is one of the most famous era coins in American numismatic history. In 1955, the country was moving toward the end of the Lincoln Wheat series, with plans to replace it with the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The United States had emerged from World War II and was in the midst of the post-war boom, which meant increased production of coins to meet the demands of the growing economy. This year also witnessed a minting mishap that would become legendary in the world of coin collecting. The error in question occurred at the Denver Mint, where a poorly maintained die caused the mint mark on the coin to be overstruck, creating a double D mint mark, which was completely unintended. This error caused a stir in the numismatic community, and over the years, the 1955 D over D era penny has become a must-have for collectors of era coins. What sets this coin apart from the typical 1955 penny is the error that occurred on the mint mark. The original mint mark, a D, for the Denver Mint was struck over an already existing D, creating a noticeable double strike. This era gives the coin its value and appeal. The coin's red coloration, though dirtied with age, only adds to its uniqueness and makes it even more desirable to collectors who are looking for the era coins in pristine form. The Denver Mint struck more than 300 million Lincoln wheat pennies in 1955, but only a small fraction of them exhibited this mint mark era. Of the millions of 1955 pennies produced, it is estimated that huge 1,000 carry the distinct double D mint mark, making them rare and highly collectible. The 1955 D over D era penny is highly sought after in the coin market. In a circulated, dirty condition, these coins can still fetch several $100s, especially if they show a strong and clear indication of the double strike. For a clean, red-toned example in fine to extra fine condition, collectors could see prices reaching $200,000 or higher. In some cases, uncirculated examples with the era can sell for thousands, depending on the quality of the coin and the bidding atmosphere in the auction market. The rarity of the era and the fact that it occurred on such a beloved series of coins ensures that the 1955 D over D era penny will continue to be a highlight of Lincoln wheat penny collections. Coin collectors are deeply fascinated by mint eras, and the 1955 D over D penny is one of the most coveted era coins in American numismatics. The fact that the mistake was so apparent and easy to spot made it one of the first widely known errors to attract mass interest. Even in dirty or poor condition, these era pennies maintain a level of prestige in the numismatic community, and collectors are eager to find one to add to their collections. Next up, we explore the value of the 1958. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was nearing its end. This year marked the final year for the wheat penny before the design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Penny in 1959. The year 1958 also saw a rapidly changing America, with the space race, civil rights movements, and cultural revolutions shaping the nation's future. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny remains popular because it is the last of the series before the significant change to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse. As such, many collectors are keen to add a 1958 penny to their collections as a way of closing the chapter on the famous wheat penny design. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny continues the same design pattern as the earlier series, featuring Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse. The coin's appearance is similar to the earlier coins in the series, but is particularly notable for being the last year the wheat penny design was used. Over 1 billion 1958 Lincoln wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia, making it one of the highest minted years for this series. Even though the mintage was large, the condition of the pennies that survived and the eventual transition to the memorial design make the 1958 penny more desirable for collectors who focus on the final year of the series. Despite the large mintage, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny can still hold decent value, especially if it retains its red color and is in good to fine condition. Coins in a dirty condition will naturally fetch less, but still, they can reach anywhere from $20,000. Coins that are in near mint condition with a red coloration could be worth over $30,000 for those who come across well-preserved examples. The price can climb into the hundreds or even higher. For collectors, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny represents the end of an era. The desire to own a piece of history is strong, and as such, even coins with surface wear and dirt still garner attention. The fact that it is the final year of the wheat penny design ensures that it will remain popular for collectors working on a complete set. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep collecting and happy hunting.